Once upon a time, in the land of the talking animals, there was a big problem. The dry season had lasted longer than usual, and there was no rain. Food was scarce, and every animal was hungry and looking skinny. But one animal, the dog, seemed unusually plump and cheerful. The tortoise, who was friends with the dog, couldn't figure out how the dog managed to stay so healthy. So, he decided to pay his friend a visit. The next day, the tortoise went to the dog's house and said, "My good friend, you know we have been friends for a very long time. Please tell me the secret of your rosy cheeks and your bulging stomach, despite the famine throughout the land. I need to know so that I do not die of hunger." The dog replied, "There is no secret to it, my friend. It's all my hard work that has paid off." The tortoise wasn't convinced and asked again, "Come on, tell me. I promise I won't tell anyone." The dog shook his head. "There is no secret, really." Disappointed, the tortoise left, but he couldn't stop thinking about it. So he decided to be a little sneaky. The next day, he followed the dog to see what he was up to. He hid behind a tree as the dog went to a nearby farm and started taking yams from the field. When the tortoise revealed himself, the dog was surprised and he confessed to his terrible act of stealing from someone else's farm. From that day on, the two friends went to the farm together to steal yams from the farm. And so they went the next day, and the next, and the next. Each time they went, the tortoise became very greedy, took a little more yams than he did the previous day, and the more yams the tortoise added each day, the longer it took them to get back home. One day, the dog got worried and said, "Tortoise, we can't take too many yams or the farmer might catch us. We barely made it home yesterday." But the tortoise just laughed. "Don't worry, my friend. I am storing some yams at home for later. The farmer will not catch us." So, the next day, the dog announced that he was leaving for home. But the tortoise pleaded for more time to harvest yam. Shortly after, the dog put his basket on his head and started heading home. The tortoise noticed this and shouted after the dog. The tortoise begged, "Wait for me. I can't carry my basket alone. It's too heavy." But the dog was scared and left without him. When the farmer arrived, he caught the tortoise with a basket full of yams. The tortoise was in trouble and had to face the king's punishment. When the dog saw what had happened to his friend the tortoise, he felt terrible. He realized how wrong they had been to steal from the farmer. From that day on, the dog promised never to take things that didn't belong to him, so he wouldn't end up in trouble like the tortoise. The tortoise was sentenced to jail, and the dog repented and decided to be a hard worker from that day on. And that's the end of our story. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel and watch out for more videos. Bye for now.